So everyone says you can major in anything in undergrad and still go to dental school. But if that were actually true, then why are most dental students science majors? I followed that advice. I chose biology as my undergraduate major, and looking back, it gave me a huge advantage, but it also came with some downsides. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down what actually works and talking about what the best undergraduate major is if you want to go to dental school. What's going on, everybody? My name is Dr. Eli, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, I'm a first-year orthodontics resident, and I recently graduated dental school in May 2025. On this channel, I make videos with advice for pre-dental students and also vlogged my dental school journey, and currently I'm vlogging my residency journey. So if that's something that interests you, please make sure you subscribe. So just yesterday, I uploaded a video where I talked about the hidden prerequisites before dental school. If you haven't checked that video out, pause this video and go watch it. I'll link it right here, and then come back and watch the rest of this video so you can understand some of the references that I make in this video. Essentially, to sum it up, I talked about what classes you should take in undergrad that aren't part of the list of typical prereqs for dental school that will give you the biggest advantage when you are going into dental school. But when it comes to choosing an undergraduate major, everyone's question is always, do I have to pick a science major? What should I major in if I want to go to dental school? Because if you're in high school, you'll be very surprised that pre-med or pre-dent is not an actual major that you select at most colleges. It's just a track that you select, indicating that you want to go to medical school, dental school, or whatever. So the official answer, do you have to major in science to go to dental school? Absolutely not. Dental schools do not require a specific major. All you have to do is complete the prerequisite courses: general biology, general chemistry, usually 2 semesters with lab, 2 semesters of organic chemistry with lab, and 2 semesters of physics with lab. And that's why advisors say, don't pick your major just in science because you want to go to dental school. Pick something you actually want to study. But here's where the advice falls apart. In reality, picking your major affects your entire college experience. If you're not choosing a science major and you know you want to go to dental school, you're basically picking 2 majors at once, because not only are you going to have your major courses for whatever major you choose, you're still going to have to take these prerequisites in order to go to dental school. So if you're not majoring in something that's science related, these are extra classes that you have to add on to your major. And think about it. You're looking at about 30 to 32 extra credits of just the prerequisites. When you're in college, you're usually taking around 15 credits a semester. That's a whole extra year of classes. So when you're thinking about it, if you're choosing a different major and adding the prerequisites onto your course load, that's the people that end up taking 18 credits per semester, 20 credits in a semester, which is a very heavy workload. So now you're juggling hard science classes, major specific classes, an increased number of credits per semester. And then you got to think about studying for the DAT and things like that, especially if you're trying to go straight from undergrad to dental school. And that is where people start slipping academically. They feel like they can have maybe an easier time in college if they don't choose a science major, but they don't think about the repercussions of studying something else and trying to handle all that on top of it. Now, right here, this is the brutal truth when it comes to applying to dental school. Your GPA matters more than your major does. So if you choose a major that's making it harder for you to keep a high GPA, that's actually hurting your chances more than helping it. So for me personally, I chose biology as my major. And don't get me wrong, it was hard. I tried to switch, but I'm really glad that I saw it through. It allowed me to take all the classes that I needed for dental school without even really having to think about it. They were part of my requirements to graduate from my major. So I was knocking out all the prerequisites because those were my major requirements. So the general biology, 2 semesters of Gen Chem, 2 semesters of Orgo, 2 semesters of physics. I had to take those classes. And then on top of that, I was secretly taking the hidden prerequisites like biochem and physiology, because those were the higher level courses in my major. But once I got to dental school, I realized how much taking those higher level science courses really helped me in my first year of dental school. Quick intermission to the video. If you're watching the video and you've made it this far and you're enjoying the content, please drop a like on the video. It's right here under the video. Just click the little thumbs up button. It's of no cost to you, and it does so much to help boost the video and the channel in the YouTube algorithm. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. So on top of that, I didn't feel like I was doubling up with work. I still got a range of different classes because my school required that we took gen ed courses. So I took the sociology courses, I took the African American studies, but I was still taking major courses that were meeting my prerequisites. Had I decided to major in something else, I may not have had the time in my schedule to take a lot of those elective courses that I truly just loved learning about when I was in college. All of my extra time would have been going to taking a prerequisite course. And the big thing is that when it came to studying for the DAT, I wasn't starting from scratch. Of course, everyone's gonna have the prerequisites, but like I mentioned in my video about the hidden prerequisites, it actually helps a bunch if you take a higher level science course like biochemistry before studying for the DAT. But again, with that being said, biology is not an easy major. Like I said, I tried to switch a bunch of times. My school even had a major called public health science that didn't really start until I was about a sophomore, but that was the major that a lot of pre-meds and pre-dents started choosing because it had a little bit of a reduced course load for the major coursework, and you were able to take your prereqs on top of it while also taking some public health courses. So for me, I originally chose biology just because it aligned with my strengths, not because it was a good major for wanting to go to med school or dental school. But like I said, it really ended up helping me in the long run. The major courses and the hidden prerequisites were really the things that made being a biology major make the most sense. So now the really big question: does your college major affect your acceptance to dental school? See, the second question after people ask what major do you need to be to go to dental school is what gives me the best chance of getting accepted? So the data shows that more than half of the applicants to dental school are science majors, but the acceptance rates are actually pretty similar across majors. So being a science major doesn't automatically give you an advantage. And honestly, I saw elevated rates of acceptances for engineering majors, which was pretty surprising. So again, like I was saying, I don't think what major you decide truly matters or gives you an advantage when it comes to going to dental school. However, I do think you should consider some of the things I mentioned in the video when you're trying to figure out what you want to major in. Now, when would I decide not to major in science? Of course, don't major in science if you think it's gonna hurt your GPA. If science really isn't your strong suit, I would choose not to major in it and just take the prerequisite courses. However, if you're trying to go to dental school, you gotta make science your strong suit. But what if you have other very natural interests or things that you're good at that you should major in instead? Like majoring in Spanish, majoring in business, majoring in sociology, things like that. I do really think that these can have an advantage for specific groups of people. And it also makes you unique in your application because that's something you can talk about a lot in your personal statement, in your interviews, and more. Because again, like I said, dental schools don't care so much about your major. They care about your GPA. They care about your DAT. They care about your extracurriculars, but what major you have is not their biggest concern. So the best major is the one where you can excel academically, achieve a high GPA, and complete the prerequisite courses without too much extra stress. But if you want my clear-cut answer on what major I would choose if I was going into college and I wanted to go to dental school, it would 1000% be biology for all the reasons that I listed in this video. So if you're serious about dental school, once again, you need to know what the prerequisites are and what you need to take in order to go to dental school. But you should also check out my last video where I talk about the hidden prerequisites that really put you at an advantage once you get into dental school. That's all I have for today's video. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you found this video helpful. Drop a comment if you thought this video was good and if it helped you in deciding anything about your major or gave you another angle to think of when it came to deciding what you should major in. That's all I have for today, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace. In the back of my ring, and I went he trying to hit me. I told her she gotta run to the team before she can talk to the lit. Before she can talk to the jet. Lamb chop, I just pulled up in some food.